screaming out our name. It's a blowout, it's a hurricane, it's over. Before you know it, we're gonna stand on top with our hands in the sky. Gonna raise our cup to the stadium lights for the glory, for the glory. We celebrate with the city tonight. Hear the hometown cheer, it's the ultimate high. For the glory, we do it for the glory.
Magandang hapon, Summoners, at maligayang pagbabalik dito sa 2018 LOL Varsity League Spring Term Group Stage. Of course, kami maging casters nyo for this game. I'm Arctic at your service. At syempre, kasama ko ngayon si Chisto.
Yeah, and dali Arctic, pag-usapan natin, nag-debut na sa wakas itong DLSU University versus Arcos. I mean, throughout the month na ginaganap tong LVL, tayo every week parang hina-hype natin itong kasi when we were doing our prep, alam natin they're a good team.
Oh yeah.
But unfortunately, hindi pa sila nakapagpakitang gilas because they dropped the game against AMA Clash Masters, who are riding a lot of momentum at the moment. And I think one of the key players that we had to watch out for during that game was really Spells on that cannon. Sobrang ganda nung pag-position niya sa sarili niya with the slicing maelstrom during those team fights, and it really stood out to me. So congratulations again to AMA for winning that game. Now, we're going back to the schedule here, of course. DLSU, meron pa silang 3 game ngayon, so hindi pa sila tapos.
Yeah.
They have to brush off that loss, tapos tingnan natin kung makakabawi sila dito laban sa TUP, because looking into their first game into the LVL, medyo interesting yung strategy nila. They went for the teleport Ezreal na nilabas noong MSI. I'm sure nakita nyo yun nung pinapanood nyo yun, but it didn't work out for them. I mean, the strategy was there, but it didn't really translate into them meeting their main win condition. So hopefully, headed into the next match, kaya nilang bumawi.
Yeah, we'll just have to see. I mean, facing up against AMA especially, kasi I don't know where AMA stands based on your personal preference in who's at the top, who's at the bottom, but AMA plays around the middle for me. So the fact that, you know, AMA raking off a win against DLSU, that kind of concerns me to an extent because there was a lot of expectation with DLSU. Pero then again, I guess I could give them the benefit of the doubt din. First game pa lang naman nila. Karamihan ng teams natin na pumasok ngayong term.
Yes.
Lalo yung mga medyo high expectation, biglang di nag-perform ng game 1. Pero hopefully, as they go along, we'll see them get into their groove.
Yeah, but moving on to this next game, di ba, TUP na ang makakaharap nitong DLSU, the runner-ups from last term. And now, TUP sila yung nanalo nung unang game natin today, and they had a game to sort of rest and to watch how DLSU University plays. So, they have scouted out kung ano strategies, kung paano maglaro, ano yung tendencies nitong Lasal. So, maybe that will give them advantage headed into this match against DLSU.
Yeah, that's an interesting tall order that DLSU is facing. I mean, right off, facing second runner-up from last term. Now, let's level it up a bit more. They're going to face the first runner-up. So, hopefully, yeah, you know, not a bad way to start their LPL debut, I gotta say. 4 games especially. Pero then again, it is pretty much understandable kasi they're entering this halfway through the LPL already. Whilst a lot of the teams have already played majority of their games. So, a bit of catching up to do without a doubt.
Yeah, but talking about DLSU, yun nga, hina-hype natin sila Magaling nga silang team, kaso hindi pa nga sila nakakapagpakitang gilas gaya na sinabi ko earlier. I think for the next game, what I want to see them do is play a bit more standard. Don't go for those teleport Ezreal things na probably just leave it to the MSI team. Mga ganun na bagay, but try to go for something more standard. Maybe go for something they're a bit more comfortable and try to build off of that. Kasi yun nga, debut week nila and nandun din yung jitters medyo kailangan pa nila mag-warm up.
Naintindihan ko rin naman na, syempre, bagong dating sa LVL, gusto naman pakitang gilas ng konti, medyo ambitious yung mga gusto na i-pull off. Pero agree ako sa'yo, Chisto. May mga times talaga na you want to play it a little bit more safer. Or else, gaya nga nung nangyari kanina, if they can't execute to perfection, then especially something that's a little bit more complex than what most LVL teams would go for. So we'll just have to see. But looking at the roster right now for DLSU, of course, in the top lane is going to be Karna. In the jungle, Esper. In the mid lane, we have Spring, ADC, Comte, and of course, support Ventus with their coach, Rainier Lil Panda Gomez.
Yeah, alam mo, looking at this lineup from DLSU, idol ko talaga to si Comte. Feeling ko, sobrang galing niya mag-AD carry, but let's hold off on that thought. Looking at the roster, for TUP, it's Dekim in the top lane, Zet jungle, Bam mid lane, and for the bot lane, it's Navi and Miko with their coach, Ferdinand Mackenzie Flores.
Come to think of it, Chisto, ikaw actually, sa lahat ng casters dito, kumbaga, kung ako ang pinaka-look forward ko parate, Bulacan State University, tignan nyo yung ngiti ni Chisto, siya naman DLSU.
Alam ko na kasi sasabihin niya eh. buong LVL, kahit pag nagpe-prepare tayo before the cast, pag nilalagay natin personally sino inisip natin magaling na team, ako sinasabi ko DLSU kahit yung tatlong kasama kong casters, sabihin nila UST yung pinakamagaling. Ako lang yung nagdi-disagree doon, but makikita natin kung anong kayang gawin ng DLSU. As we said, straight into the pick and ban phase. DLSU blue side, TUP red side. Tignan anong tatanggalin nila.
Zoe. So no surprises right there. Heavy respect ban right off the bat going on to Baam. Ezreal in exchange, I believe, towards Comte.
I wonder why they decided to ban Ezreal because Comte did not have the best game during that previous one. Siguro dinedeny lang nila yung safe na blind pick. I wonder though kung magde-decide tong TUP na i-last ban yung Kai'Sa since they are red side and that AD carry is so far up in priority. If Kai'Sa is left open here, I wouldn't be surprised to see DLSU just instantly jump on that pick. Tama, nagde-decide yung TUP dito. Anong gusto nating tanggalin?
This is
Sion.
Sion. A little bit diversity. A bit of diversity pagdating sa mga bans na nakita natin from both Virtus Arcos and Monsterville Pedigium.
Okay. This is a bit odd for me personally. Normally I'd just go, okay, why not this first pick Kai'Sa? Just literally the strongest AD carry at the moment. Though mukhang iba yung priorities ng LVL teams natin. It will be Skarner locked in for the jungle ng Virtus Arcos. As for TUP, the answer will be that Trundle and the Karma. Both could be easily flexed in my opinion.
Right.
Karma could go mid or support, Trundle could go jungle or top lane. A lot of options here left for TUP. Ayan na nga yung Kai'Sa.
Wow. Comte gonna be bringing in the Kai'Sa for this particular game, along with the Janna as well. So definitely a safer pick within this first rotation for Virtus Arcos. But wow, speaking of safe, the complete opposite coming in from TUP. A hover over the Draven.
Oh, I like it. Woo! Gusto ko na to kasi fun fact, both Comte and Navi, I believe, are Draven mains. So medyo Tyler 1 yung datingan nila dito. Hindi naman siguro sa ugali ni Tyler 1, pero yung champion na gusto nila laruin paulit-ulit is the Draven. So a bit of confidence shown here by TUP locking in the Draven for Navi. I like it.
Man, looks like Navi's Draven. Let's see if they'll perform this time around. Looking at the second rotation of bans though, really quick. Heavier focus onto Baam once again, coming in from DLSU. Towards the top side naman kay Karina with the Irelia. Well, then again, Irelia a little bit more flexible din kasi.
Yeah, and with the Ornn locked in dito sa side ng TUP, they're saving their either mid laner or support for last pick kasi mina-mind game nila yung DLSU dito eh. So now, malalaman natin kung saan nga pupunta itong Karma na nilock in ng TUP. Depende sa ila last pick ng TUP. Yasuo would be very nice here. They do have a bunch of knock-ups. Kahit si Draven eh. Kaya niya i-proc yung ult ni Yasuo with his I forgot the name of the ability, pero yun nga, it is an interaction available in the game. But Azir for Bam. And alam ko gustong-gusto ni Vulcan to eh. Kung bumalik tayo sa first term, si Bam on Azir makes a lot of highlight plays on this champion. So far, I like the draft coming from TUP. Ang tanong lang, will the Draven pop off? Because that's really what stands out to me in this pick and ban phase.
What do you think about the Singed pick though? Because earlier sa game between MCL versus TUP, this was another champion that we saw. Although in this case, si Car naman ang gagamit, and it wasn't quite successful for MCL. Chose it for Lucis earlier. So it looks like TUP gonna be facing that same thing in the top lane.
I'm actually not sure how the Ornn and the Singed matchup goes. Though I do think that earlier in the game, the Ornn can push around the Singed, but at some point, may hirapan silang i-lockdown tong Singed because they don't have that big CC lockdown that they could have to just prevent the Singed from running away.
So there you have it, guys. We have both sides. Nakalaki na mga compositions nila. Siyempre, sa mga nanonood sa Facebook Live, marami-raming nanonood ngayon for some reason.
Okay.
On a Wednesday especially.
Feeling ko dapat igalaw na natin yung stream ng Wednesday imbis na linggo para mas marami nanonood sa atin. But yeah, kung nanonood nga kayo, paalam nyo sa amin sino ang gusto nyo manalo dito. Kung sinusuportahan nyo ang Virtus Arcos, hashtag DLSU win. Kung sinusuportahan nyo ang TUP, hashtag TUP win.
Yes, so there you have it, guys. DLSU, 4 games total today. That is a tall order.
Nakakapagod yun ah.
Oo nga eh. It's definitely tiring, but then again, they have to make up for lost ground without a doubt. Considering we're already 4 weeks in, if I'm not mistaken, sa LVL.
Isang buwan na tayo nag-LVL. I mean, kung hindi kayo magde-debut ng isang buwan, yun yung consequence nyo. 4 game yun ng isang araw.
But, I mean, DLSU, regardless, by reputation at least, we've seen them perform during the LCL. And pretty dominating performance they had, I gotta say. But we'll just have to see if that actually translates dito sa LVL as we head in on to this next game. Once again, De La Salle University versus Arcus versus Technological University of the Philippines, Monstrum Vel Prodigium. Let's get into it.
Going back to your point, Arctic, di ba pinag-usapan mo yung historical performance ng DLSU throughout LCL. Yung other new teams na pumasok ng LVL for this term, di ba? Bulacan State University, champions in their own conference. Okay yung naging start nila and still they are pretty high up in the standings. Adamson University didn't exactly make the same amount of success nung LCL run nila, but still a decent performance in the LVL. But itong DLSU, dropping their debut match, hindi pa talaga natin nakikita kung anong kaya nilang gawin despite being LCL champions during their time na nandun nga sila sa LCL.
Actually, buti na bring up mo yun kasi isa rin sa medyo iniisip ko ngayon. Tatlong team yung medyo bago dito sa LVL who will actually emerge to be the best one in general. Like, is it gonna be Bulacan State University, Adamson University, or this time around, malalaman natin DLSU because medyo may question tayo pagdating sa Bulls at sa Ado. So, it really comes down to how DLSU is gonna perform in their first 4 games today. And I think we'll have a pretty good gauge.
Yeah, and I think para sa atin, ito nga yung inaabangan natin ng 4 na linggo na yun.
yeah.
Kailan mag-debut itong DLSU kasi dun natin malalaman kung sino talaga yung magagaling. But hold on, Spring is in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, Spring gonna get shot right there. Force the flash away, gonna get slowed down by the Pillar of Death. Gonna try to flash in just one more hit, and that's gonna be first blood. Going to Bam, Esper tries to respond, but looks like he's getting quite a few hits from Bam himself. We'll have to back away, pero mukhang magtatagumpay dyan ang TUP.
Yeah, I think yung face check ni Spring doon, try niyang i-ward yung bush, but he didn't expect Zet to be there. Yung path na kinuha ng Trundle, blue buff, tapos recta mid lane siya before Spring had set down any wards. And ang ganda rin ng pillar ng follow-up ni Zet after the flash was already burned. So, the commitment as well from TUP means that there is no escape for Spring. TUP picks up first blood.
That was interesting though. 2 flashes expended for that 1 kill onto Spring. So, this time around, siguro for Zet at least, would be a bit trickier kasi he'll really have to rely on his frozen domain to grant him that extra speed up if ever he wants to go for anything else within these next few minutes. Habang niyantan niyang mag-up ulit yung flash niya. For Bam, medyo okay pa rin because Azir does have his escape mechanics through his own kit.
Yeah, this is really smart though. Nag-invade si Zet kahit na wala siyang flash, hindi siya natakot na dumiretso sa red buff nitong DLSU kasi alam niyang matutulungan siya ng laners. Matutulungan siya ng laners niya if he does get in trouble because naka-push up yung mid lane and bot lane ng TUP, meaning they can easily collapse with a Trundle if he finds himself in a bit of trouble.
Looks like Spring making his way towards this top side, traveling up there. Looks like gonna catch Decim, gonna get linked in, tries to knock up onto the Singe, but that's gonna be a clean kill coming in from DLSU.
Gusto ko yung proactiveness ni Spring doon, Arctic. Bowing-bawi siya even though he dropped down for first blood. That proactive move top lane, looks like hindi na-call ng TUP na nag-roam itong si Spring because Tekem did not hesitate to go first either. The only escape he has aside from his flash, the moment he burned that, hindi na talaga siya makakatakas to the Singe and the Talia.
Tsaka in all fairness, medyo refreshing na makakita ulit ng gumagalang Talia within these early minutes of the game because a lot of the games that we've been seeing these past few weeks, hindi lang sa LVL, even international, I don't really see as much of these roaming Talias anymore. So the fact na nakita natin yan from DLSU Spring particularly, pretty darn good, I gotta say. And to much success, they were able to get the kill.
Yeah, and looking at Spring here, during the first game, he was playing Zoe into that Irelia matchup. Kausap ko yung commissioner natin before this game because he mains Zoe and I asked him kung paano gumagana yung matchup na yun. He told me that it was a skill matchup in favor of the Irelia, and he told me that Spring was actually playing it very, very well. So despite not having a victory yet in the LVL, Spring is actually pretty good on this. So yeah, kudos to him. Like you mentioned, gusto mo yung nakikita mo na proactively siya na nag-roam dito. And it does help his team.
How do you feel Spring fares though? I mean, just generally entering the LVL, kung sa history ng LCL run niya in comparison sa mga nakatapat niyang mid laner, because that's actually one player na medyo hindi ko pa nag-watch. But I'll have to hold off right there, Chisto, before I give you an answer because Dekin gonna get flinged once again by Karna. Karna gonna try to run it out, let the poison do its work. Esper continuing to pursue him. Mukhang patuloy pa rin naglalakad itong si Dekin. Will he get the response he needs? from Zet. Looks like Zet will be joining him, but he's looking very, very low on health. Karna forced to pass away. Here's on swing as well as Bomb. That's going to be the first kill. Onto Deck and Zet, who's trying to run this out. Take no flash is still down from him. Gonna get flinged in. Double kill para dito sa Skarner. Bam, patuloy na bumabalik. Habulin pa kaya ni Esper. Mukhang hindi muna. But that'll be a victory for DLSU.
Ang swerte ni Bam doon na hindi na tumama yung Inong Skarner because Esper could have easily flashed forward to secure that stun and DLSU might have picked up more kills there. Si Dekim, sumusobra yung pagpupush niya in lane, meaning napapunish siya. All that Skarner has to do is walk up, fling him back. Alam niyang walang flash tong Ornn from that early roam by Spring. Napunish na naman siya, so great proactiveness being shown here by DLSU's early game.
Going back to our discussion earlier, how do you feel about Spring here? Because for Comte, without a doubt, definitely had a great performance during his LCL run, which is why if there's one player I'm looking forward to dito sa DLSU to kind of take the throne potentially of our wide array of marksmen. Comte definitely a contender, but for Spring, that's where I'm kind of tricky.
Personally, I think Sarah's still probably the best mid laner. Spring definitely top 4. Pero i-gauge mo pa as the games progress.
Yeah, we'll see definitely. Still have a lot of games to do to check that out. But so far, not looking good here. Saktong yung pagpan ng camera natin dito kay Dekim. Not having the best time here considering that he is up against the Singe of all things. Pero I gotta hand it to DLSU because a lot of the reason why Dekim is struggling is yung constant proactivity na nakita natin towards this upper side of the map.
Yeah, and a lot of that proactivity has been caused by the Talia ni Spring dito. He's already moving around the map constantly. Every time na pinupush niya yung mid lane, every time maabot sa tower ng kalaban yung minions, he's always moving through the river. Naghahanap siya ng roam na kaya niyang gawin here with the Weaver's Wall, especially Talia's passive gives her more movement speed. Though there's an invade here by Zed. He is in a bit of trouble. Does have his flash.
Yes, flash, but will he get caught? Looks like we'll meet Esper, but Esper not even needed right there as makukuha naman ng Singe ng kill doon. So, looks like Zed, yung aggression niya kanina pa sa jungle side ng DLSU, will not pull off. That's gonna be a heal popped up by Bam to save his life. Take note, mga kaibigan, both summoners are down for him, but pretty good attempt from Spring there.
Yeah, and looking at Zed, once again invades and dies. That is a bad habit that has been turning up for TUP. During their previous games last week, diba, Arctic, nakikita natin, this is something that has constantly been holding TUP back. So Zed has to be a bit more careful when going for these invades. Kailangan niya magsama ng at least kahit isang member ng TUP.
Oh man, this is looking pretty good so far. DLSU, they've been across this map so far quite effectively. And that's gonna be a steal potentially? I'm not mistaken. Yes, that did go to Esper.
Sobrang active ng early game ng DLSU, no, Arctic. During their previous game, we didn't see this much movement from them. But looking at this game, they've picked up kills, they've went top lane, level 3 on Talia, nakaago pa silang blue buff. Sobrang dami nangyayaring positive here para sa Viridius Arcos this early game.
Oh man, meanwhile, looking towards his top side once again, Dekim taking quite a bit right there. In all fairness, CS difference-wise, still looking pretty equal between both top laners here. So, I guess that's one small consolation to Dekim in this case. But definitely a struggle kung titignan mo rin itemization niya. Just, I guess, of the Legion so far. Plus, generally, boots plus armor building up towards his first set.
It's very awkward, no, kung Ornn ka, tapos bumibili ka ng armor laban dito sa Singe.
Yeah, that's actually the thing. Because especially if we're going to look at the composition that DLSU has, there's a lot more magic damage output as opposed to actual AD.
I think what he's trying to go for here is a Banner of Command. That could be the item choice kasi nga, like you mentioned, magic damage karamihan. So they wouldn't have the same clearing power for those banner minions. Will help him push out the lane. Kaso since DLSU have been super proactive towards the top half of the map, yun nga, hindi pa siya umaabot sa point na kaya niyang i-push forward yung lane niya.
Well, looks like Esper, the cheeky invades coming in from both junglers this game is quite a sight to see, but looking at how things are going for TUP, they've been starting to slow down a bit, I gotta say. Kasi itong first few minutes natin, nakita natin si Zed all across the board. Pero ever since we saw these victories coming in from DLSU, skirmish for skirmish, medyo sa kanila na ako mas nakakita ng proactivity and too much success in all fairness. Because TUP, amidst their proactivity earlier, wasn't as successful as what we're seeing from DLSU right now.
Yan, binanggit po din Arctic na bumabagal yung pace ng game dito. This is not the way that TUP usually plays. Hindi ganito yung playstyle nila, diba? Kasi we always relate TUP to being fast-paced, heavy skirmishing, laban lang kami na laban, then mag-split push kami. That is the classic TUP style, even going back to first term, but Lasala's done a great job of slowing that down.
You're gonna look at things though, as far as who's still kind of online here for TUP, definitely say Bam and Navi are in a better place kung ikukumpara mo sa counterparts nila. But then again, looks like this is gonna be the true test for both Decken and Zet here, in which case our two newcomers ulit coming in from TUP. But looks like we'll be seeing a fight that will force Esper to back away. Nung nakita nila itong si Zet, we'll chill for now.
Yeah, gusto ko yung decision ni Esper na hindi mag-overcommit para dun sa gank na yun. Kasi kung Skarner ka, isipin mo, kayang-kaya niya mag-flash dun tapos mag-impale kay Bamen. For sure, hindi makakatakas ng Ozir. Wala siyang flash dun. But with Zet being there, natakot si Esper. He was respecting the fact that the Trundle could have easily turned that aggression towards the side of TUP.
That would have been a scary Emperor's Divide into the turret of TUP, in which case. But looks like we might see some action here dito sa bot lane. Both junglers are in the vicinity. That's going to be a full pull-in onto Miko. Miko forced to flash away. Teleports are coming in from both top laners. Papunta rin dito si Spring. DLSU is going to be chasing down TUP, canceling off their escape under turret. They're going to go straight for Decken. Decken taking quite a bit of damage. That's going to be the flash out. DLSU, two-man shove-in onto the members of DLSU. Zet trying to back away. He's taking quite a bit of damage. Looks like all members of TUP will back away for now, though. No casualties.
Yeah, walang mamamatay doon. Just a bunch of ultimates burned back and forth. Nakita mo yung ult ni Spring doon. The Weaver's Wall blocks the escape route of TUP. That's why they are forced to fight. I think sobrang swerte ng TUP na walang namatay sa side nila during that sequence. Now, dumating na si Bam dito. He wants to find something for his team. He will force DLSU to back away though. So, just a bunch of teleports and ultimate burn. Walang nakuha ang kill. Walang nakuha objective. Pretty even trade in my opinion.
Just a lot of expended resources overall from both sides. Probably a little bit more so coming in from TUP, if I'm not mistaken. Because if you're going to look at it, Decken, both summoners are down. So is Navi. Miko had to flash out as well. So a lot of escapes needed from TUP amidst yung bigger numbers ng DLSU sa fight ngayon, 5v4.
Yeah, and one thing to note is meron pa ring flash yung carries ng DLSU, so that is the win for them. I think it's a slight win, but unless kaya nilang i-punish yung binner nilang summoners from that earlier play, they won't necessarily gain that lead to propel them even further in this game.
That makes you wonder if mapipick up pa kaya nila yung build-up nila in terms of proactivity sa paghanap ng potential pick-offs sa members ng TUP, because that has been the flow as of recent. If not slowing down the game, sila mismo gumagawa ng plays, especially through Spring, who's been across the map for the past 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, and I do agree, Arctic, na ayun nga, DLSU sila yung gumagalaw across the map. They're forcing TUP to react to what plays they want. They're really controlling the tempo of the game. Parang sinasabi nila na, okay, TUP, ito ang gagawin nyo, ito gagawin namin. Susunod lang kayo. You're gonna follow the leader in this. So, DLSU so far, good job of controlling the pace of the game, not letting TUP play the style that they are comfortable on.
Oh man, DLSU. Okay, here comes Navi. This is an interesting thing though. Navi has a constant pushing onto this wave, but looks like a little bit of a trade-off right there between Comte and Ventus. Take note that Skarner is making come. Are you ready for round 2, ladies and gentlemen? Navi, we're gonna get slowed down. Patuloy pa rin hinabol ni Esper, and that's gonna be the kill. He's now on a killing spree on dito na si Spring. Looks like Miko is not gonna be long of this world, and he's gonna be taking down 2 members down. Coming in from TUP. Makabawi pa kaya ang TUP dito? No, not quite. That's gonna end in a 2-0.
Yeah, that's what we said earlier, but hold on, top lane. May mangyayari ba dito? Okay.
Not quite, but here towards the bottom riverside, DLSU gonna go for their very first dragon of the game. Pero mukhang hindi papayag dito si Zet tsaka si Ba.
It is 2v4 though.
It's gonna be very dangerous if they try to.
I mean, Ba, magaling ka Magazir, kaso sobrang disadvantages ng spot. Oh, he's gonna get shoved!
Youts gonna get shoved. Indeed, forced to flash away. Patuloy pa rin hinabol ni Spring. That's gonna be the support from Ventus as well. Emperor's Divide to try to shove him out, but Spring still gonna get the kill at one last hit. Double kill para sa mid laner ng DLSU, and they're gonna get the dragon as an additional bonus.
Oh man, Arctic, sobrang unlucky nun kung kayo yung TUP. Bam, he really wanted to challenge that dragon. Kaso 2v4 situation yun. Just the fact na numbers advantage, you shouldn't be taking that fight. You just gotta back off and try to get something somewhere else. So man, that's quite unlucky kung kayo yung TUP.
Man, oh man, look at the difference right now. 8-1, not to mention playing around almost 5,000 of a difference in terms of gold. Take note though, guys, 15 minutes into the game pa lang tayo. If this continues to build up towards De La Salle University, considering pa kung anong composition meron ang TUP, it's gonna be all the more trickier for them to try to get that scaling into the late game.
Yeah, and going back to kung paano nagsimula lahat yun, di ba? Nakuha ng La Salle yung Dragon, and then moving further back, that initial play na nag-burn ng flash ng bot lane members ng TUP, pinunish ng La Salle. So that's another good proactive move by them. Talagang they know where they can punish, and they're making oh my god, another shove.
Oh man, Spring just so on point with these combos lately, and he's unstoppable. Mukhang bumabawi siya sa nangyari kanina nung debut game nila, and I think pretty darn good. 5-1-1 on this Talia.
Spring is so good. Landing all these shoves onto Bam, kasi normally we hold Bam in high praise. Parang, okay, si Bam, he's a playmaker for TUP, but right now, it looks like Spring is just styling on him.
Yep. I'm not sure if he heard what we were saying earlier, where he falls in terms of the ranking, but I'm pretty much convinced right now, Def top 4 right now, looking pretty good in terms of performance. And you have to take note, it's not just how he's been performing mechanically on this Talia, but they right down to anong naging impact niya sa lanes for DLSU in this early game. Kaya sila nagkaroon ng ganitong lead ngayon.
Yeah, and going back to early game, we have to go back and talk yung nangyari sa champion. Nag-lock in ng Draven itong TUP. Draven as a champion, you need to snowball, you need to be ahead if you want to be effective towards the mid to late game. Kasi di ba meron siyang passive that gives him more gold, but I have to hold that out. It looks like we're gonna see a fight.
Yes, Esper managing to stun down Navi. Navi just taking way too much. Here comes Bam, gonna try to shove away the members of DLSU. Pero mukhang ipit na ipit dito on TUP para umatras. Looks like that's gonna be the kill onto Zet. Miko will be the next to fall. Will Bam as well? No, that's gonna be two members. Spring habulin pa kaya to? No, that's not the case. 2 for nothing para dito sa DLSU. And they're gonna get more.
Hindi hinahayaan ng DLSU na huminga itong TUP. They're turning up the pace of this game. Alam nila na malakas sila at this point, and they're taking fight after fight after fight. They are not letting TUP set anything up. Ibang-iba tong DLSU na to compared to their debut game.
Yep, just one warm-up was needed for DLSU, and boom, the switch has been flicked up, and it's looking great for them right now. 11-1. And so far, itong medyo tricky sa TUP because when you have elements like the Azir, like the Draven, you want to try to reach a point into the game later on na nagkakaroon kayo ng relevant damage. But if you fall this behind, that's pretty much gonna be a massive struggle heading into the mid, even to the late game, if you're not quite where you're supposed to be in terms of itemization, whether it be scaling. And that's what I fear for TUP right now.
Yeah, one positive I guess for TUP na pwede nilang gawin dito or to look at is they do have ways to start fights. So if somebody from DLSU missed positions, they could use Call of the Forge God, try and get a catch and get back into the game that way. But right now, DLSU ang nagko-control ng match na to.
Nobody looking pretty good for TUP in terms of standing overall, but let's see just how far Spring's damage is going to go because Tekim is hurting like there's no tomorrow. That's a shove in, and Spring is now godlike.
Godlike na nga yung Talia niya. Sobrang on point ni Spring sa mga seismic shove niya this game. He's been landing them over and over. I don't think I've seen him miss the entire game. So he's really trying to bounce back.
I don't think I've ever seen a Talia this well played in the LVL so far. In all fairness to Spring, in all fairness to everyone that we've seen so far use that Talia. Okay, but looks like TUP gonna try to look for their own rest back in the form of Karna. Won't be able to get him just yet. Will content themselves with this turret.
Yeah, no CC to lock down this Singe like I mentioned. Nagamit na yung pillar, nagamit na yung W nitong Karma. And mukhang gustong bumawi. Itong Singe, he's forcing 3 members back. Ayaw nila labanan yung Singe to.
They don't want to see the poison.
Hindi kasi, pag bumalik sila, atras lang yung Singe eh. Parang inaasar lang sila. Okay, habulin nyo ako.
And there's nobody that could really deal with the Singe either. Looks like Deccan gonna try his luck with Spring. Won't further pursue though. Spring kinda does hurt like there's no tomorrow. But looks like DLSU, they have a plan. They want to go for this 4 and take note of the numbers. 4 members gonna go straight in for the tower dive onto Orn. Look at the damage that he's taking. Comte gonna get the kill. Plus a turret here in the top lane from TUP.
13-1 yung kill score dito sa Gideons. Only 9. Oh!
Oh,
Wait.
looks like TUP wants vengeance onto Spring. Spring takes quite a bit. He's still surviving, but looks like he's going to get shot down by Baam, but at the cost of so much for TUP. Is this going to be the fight that they're finally going to win? Look at the damage going on to Comte. Comte going to manage to walk his way back, though. I'd say in a 1-for-2, still overall a victory for DLSU.
Yeah, that's definitely a victory for Virtus Arcus. Now the Rift Herald being summoned. This is gonna deal a lot of damage to this tower in Bam. I don't think he can clear this on his own. He needs the help of his team. That tower is gone. Now Bam has to run.
Oh man, is TUP gonna try to take a fight onto DLSU? Looks like DLSU gonna back away for now. Can he make a play here? That's gonna be Call of the Forge God, gonna knock in. He gets the knockup onto Comte. Comte gonna continue to walk his way. Baam not able to reach him enough to shove him back into it. But ooh, snipe coming in from Navi. Ventus still up and kicking. Looks like he will walk away from him now. But take note, Karna taking full advantage with that by getting a shove out towards the bot lane.
Yeah, and then that was a good snipe by Navi to at least pick up the kill onto Comte. After the Howling Gale from Ventus stopped Bam from moving forward, I thought na makakatakas na yung Kai'Sa ni Comte dun. But luckily enough, TUP are able to pick up a few exit kills. Kaso yun nga, nabasag yung inhibitor in the bot lane. The Singed had so much time to push down there with a banner of command as well.
Not a bad attempt from TUP, but considering where they're at right now, 14-3, not to mention we're already past yung 10k gold lead between DLSU and TUP. Considering the composition that TUP has, like I've been mentioning earlier, wherein you kind of need a bit more time, and not to mention at least a decent early to mid game to ramp up these kind of champions, I'm starting to fear for these guys unless they could try to capitalize on those small mistakes from DLSU. Pero whether or not they could actually find those opportunities, they have to hope for a lot of them to happen because this is a massive deficit that they're facing.
Ayun nga yun. Pag umabot ka sa point ng game where you have to wait for your opponents to make mistakes, it puts you in a very difficult position because hindi ka na kikilos ng proactive eh. Maging reactive ka. Aantayin mo na magkamali siya, but what if hindi sila nagkamali? Di may hirapan na lang kayo. Ngayon, si Carnet, tinatry siyang habulin dito ng TUP. Kaso,
3 members on him right now, though.
medyo mabilis tong Sincho to.
Yep, looks like TUP might actually... Will they succeed? Looks like Karna gonna get that extra boost out of there. Here's Navi as well. Singed will escape, but that's gonna allow DLSU to shove in all the more. Dito naman sa mid lane, Baam is in the vicinity to potentially defend. Will he do just that though? TUP coming in from the back line. Will they try to take a fight here? Zed is already half his health. They try to go for the Singe, but that's gonna be DLSU going for the counter fight right there. Zed is gonna be the first to fall. Looks like they're gonna go for more. Are they gonna go for the cleanup? That's 3 members of TUP that are down. Navi and Miko, they're on the run for their lives. Draven is down. Miko, he's trying to walk this out as a Karma. Can he at least make it out? Karna is on his tail right now. That's gonna be the hold right there. Will Miko at least get the kill? Ignite is ticking. That's gonna be the shield coming in from Ventus. Looks like Miko might regret just that. Poison is slowly ticking him down. That's gonna be the speed up. He's gonna try to go for Karna again. Flash into safety potentially, but that's gonna allow DLSU a lot of time to potentially finish this game. That's Nexus turret number 1. Still, the chase is on between both these supports here. Ventus and Miko, nag-ahabulan sila. Grabe, but Zed looks like he's up right now. Can he go for the defense? Tries to go for Comte, but looks like Comte just a little bit too slippery a target. Still, the supports are still on the run between each other. Miko just very low, and finally, after a chase of cat and mouse, that's gonna be the takedown on TUP support.
Alam mo yung feeling na mas hype pa yung dalawang support na nag-aabulan kesa sa DLSU na binabasag yung dalawang Nexus Tower ng TUP. Isang team fight, medyo delayed yung ace since sobrang tagal nga until napatay ni Ventus si Miko doon. But still, the 4-4 nothing meant that LaSalle would have free time to go to the west. And let's go back and look at this fight. Sobrang ipit dito yung TUP. This is such a difficult position for them to fight. Kasi tingnan mo si Comte dito. Meron siyang Runan Circuit on that Kai'Sa. A lot of AoE damage. Despite all the CC landing onto DLSU, wala dun yung damage kasi wala pang items itong TUP. Pipiliin lang ng LaSalle kung sino titirahin nila dito, and then they all focus down onto him. Because the damage for both Spring and Comte is too much for TUP to overcome.
And that's such a shame for TUP kasi kahit ano pa yung ganda ng composition mo, when you're looking at an Azir and a Draven na kahit ano pang ganda ng set ng TUP, if the damage isn't quite there, then that effort pretty much goes to moot, and that's what TUP's encountering right now. But look at this right now. DLSU looks like they want to try to go for an even stronger finish, going for this Baron Nashor. That's going to be the takedown. Looks like they're going to turn straight for the fight. Zed takes quite a bit of damage. Comte instantly annihilates him. Killing spree right now. Looks like the rest of TUP, they're on the run, but teleport is coming in from Karna. Navi might be the next to fall. He's taking quite a bit from both Ventus as well as Comte. Looks like Karma going to shove that Azir straight back in, but that's 4 members total down from TUP. Miko, the only surviving member. I think this is gonna be the finish, Chisto.
Yeah, kinuha na ng DLSU lahat dito sa TUP. Kukunin na lang yung tower na yun kahit di naman kailangan. Kina-recall mo muna si Comte, but it looks like since wala na ditong member ang TUP para mag-defend, DLSU, 25 minutes, takes down TUP.
What a dominating performance. Flicking the switch. Where was this earlier?
Nag-warm up pa sila kanina, Arctic, and that game right there is why I tell everyone na DLSU might be the top 1 team in the LVL and they can challenge UST for that title.
I'm not gonna hold you to that just yet, but I'm convinced definitely a top tier team.
I mean, I did say that they can challenge UST and tinalo nila yung runner-ups to UST last. So maybe that might be what's a word? Maybe omen of what happens in the future. Pero yun nga,
could be.
After that first game ng DLSU, nakapag-warm up na sila, moving on to the next game. That was quite the one-sided match.
Man, but let's go ahead and talk about TUP there, because I think we've been talking about what the struggles were for this particular composition. But how about you, Chisto? What do you think is like the biggest factor which just resulted to such a massive storm coming in from the LEC?
Nakita natin, diba, nag-pick silang Draven, but if you're gonna pick Draven for your comp, you need to get the Draven head. You need to give him resources to carry. Kahit na paulit-ulit ng pinupush in ni Navi at ni Mikos yung bot lane ng DLSU, it never really resulted in them getting a massive lead onto the Draven. Whereas DLSU, kung makita mo yung early game nila, they were punishing the members of TUP, diba? Nag-roam yung Talia from top to mid to bot. Paulit-ulit lang yun. As for TUP, you didn't see the same amount of proactivity. And I think if you're gonna pick a champion that needs to snowball and not play around it, it might be not the best option for your team. So I think that's why, in the end, TUP did falter.
Man, TUP, just like that. After, in all fairness, maganda yung naging simula nila this week. But after that game, that was quite a good stomp onto them. But for DLSU, not a bad way to get back into the sync of things. So, that was, once again, a great game. DLSU, congratulations. But when we come back, we still have a lot more games ahead. We're only halfway through this day, guys. Lots of LVL action on a beautiful Wednesday this week. Usually Sundays, but for this particular day, Wednesday tayo mga kaibigan. So, once again, Arctic at your service. Siyempre kasama ko si Chisto. Ito ang 2018 LoL Varsity League Spring Term. Kita-kits tayo para sa susunod na game. Yes, Esper managing to stun down Navi. Navi just taking way too much. Here comes Bam, gonna try to shove away the members of DLSU. Pero mukhang ipit na ipit dito on TUP para umatras. Looks like that's gonna be the kill onto Zed. Miko will be the next to fall. Will Bam as well. No, that's gonna be 2 members. Spring habulin pa kaya nun. Oh no, that's not the case. 2 for nothing para dito sa DLSU. And they're gonna get more.
Hindi hinahayaan ng DLSU na huminga itong team.
I know, Zed is already half his health. They try to go for the cinch, but that's gonna be DLSU going for the counter fight right there. Zed is gonna be the first to fall. Looks like they're gonna go for more. Are they gonna go for the cleanup? That's 3 members of TUP that are down. Navi and Miko, they're on the run for their lives. Draven is down. Miko, he's trying to walk this out as a Karma. Can he at least make it out? Karna is on his tail right now. That's going to be the takedown. Looks like they're going to turn straight for the fight. Zed takes quite a bit of damage. Comte instantly annihilates him. Killing spree right now. Looks like the rest of TUP, they're on the run, but teleport is coming in from Karna. Navi might be the next to fall. He's taking quite a bit from both Ventus as well as Comte. Looks like Karma going to shove that Azir straight back in, but that's 4 members total down from TUP. Miko, the only surviving member. I think this is going to be the finish, Chisto.
Yeah, kinuha na ng DLSU lahat dito sa TUP. Kukunin na lang yung tower na yun kahit di naman kailangan. Kina-recall mo muna si Comte, but it looks like since wala na ditong member ang TUP para mag-defend, DLSU, 25 minutes, takes down TUP.
What a dominating performance. Flicking the switch. Where was